Okay.
For EQ 8, 9, 10, basically it talks about lighting. So for this one, what I'm trying to highlight in this perspective here is the daylight requirement. Let's say this is for 2 marks. Sorry. This is for 2 marks. Let's say if we hit more than 50% of the NLA, then we can get these 2 marks from the GBI table lah. But we have to check whether we have more than 50% enough from this range. So I guess maybe when we go to the building or what, then we can check it.
You need to check for the lecturers' rooms. Memang ada roller blind. For the studios, I don't remember. I think there's none. Tak ada langsung roller blind whatsoever there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just need to check that. Then I think the classrooms, the seminar rooms, I think ada kot roller blind. Nanti you check balik lah. So it's something that we can improve lah. Okay, so if you're saying is what this is for EQA, what is it about again?
EQ8 is about daylighting, and then it says we have to demonstrate like 50% or at least 30% of NLA that has a daylight factor between this 1 to 3.5.
Okay, tak apa. You need to calculate lah tu.
So meaning that we have to go there and we test, right? Or we actually can calculate it.
No, daylight factor you can calculate.
Oh.
Daylight factor you can calculate. You open up MS 1525 dalam Spectrum kan, I already uploaded there kan. Dalam MS 1525 dia ada sebut kat situ macam mana nak, how to calculate the daylight factor, okay?
The factor. Just follow.
It's based on floor area and the opening sizes, okay? The window sizes.
Okay.
Right.
And then the second one is the electric lighting levels. So this one is also based on the requirement. So I actually it out. For office is 300 to 400, and then for staircase it's all 100. You just need to make sure it fits.
Yeah.
You can already get the marks. And then lastly is the daylight glare control.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking about the blind just now kan. The blind tu pretty much just the lecture rooms, and the office. So level 8, 9, 10 memang ada. All the other levels, I think they don't have any blinds. Okay, so if that is a concern, then perhaps it's something that you can propose in your report, your assignment lah. Okay.
I see. Okay. Then this is pretty much.
And then kan tu the high frequency ballast thing kan, right now as far as I'm concerned, all of our lighting is LED. All of our artificial lighting. I think all. Yeah.
So actually, I have a question. Is that are we proposing new strategies to this building, or like we just assess the existing one?
Basically, what the couple of things here. Okay, one is to assess. Just look at the existing what we have in order for you to do the GBI assessment first. Okay, and from there you can determine whether or not we get 1 point or 2 points, whatever, based on the criteria. Okay, and then secondly, if let's say we already get a point, it's okay. You don't have to propose anything there. But if you don't get a point, then you can propose something.
Okay.
Right? Or if we don't get enough points, we can also propose something. Or if you feel that there's something even better, even though we already got a point, but there's something even better and can save even more money, by saving energy efficiency, or perhaps in indoor air quality, indoor environmental quality ni kan, can be even better for the indoor environmental quality, then you just propose it, in your assignment, no problem.
Yeah, so actually we haven't, our whole group haven't been there before lah. So for now, we are just proposing the new strategies lah. So for this one,
this pretty much applies to all groups, okay? All of the groups. So if you get a point, it's fine. But if you also get a point, you want to propose something even better, go ahead, no problem. Propose it in your assignment. But you can also just propose amendments or rectification to those yang we don't have any points, okay? And then at the same time, you can go ahead and propose something even better lah, okay?
Yeah, so for this EQ 11 to 13 is about external views, reducing room noise level, and applying the high frequency ballast.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. External views definitely can, because our building doesn't have any obstructions on both main sides of the building. And our building is very long, okay? So on both main sides, which are north and south, no obstructions whatsoever, fantastic views, of Kuala Lumpur and PJ. So we should get a good point there. And then noise level, of course, we have acoustic tiles on the ceiling. And we also have the partitions are acoustic as well. But you need to check the BQ for the partition and for the tiles, okay? Get the specification.
Okay.
So, if we're not meeting that target, then perhaps you can suggest something there, all right? And then again, for all of the groups, in terms of suggestions, okay, the proposal, you can make it within 3 kind of groups, categorization. One is no cost, low cost, and perhaps high cost. Or you can also do it like this, immediate, short term, long term. You can do that as well if you want to. Or you can also map out the proposals according to all 6 of them, right? So it can be low cost, immediate. It can also be low cost, long term. It doesn't matter, lah. Okay, so you can map that out, if, to make it even more useful, lah, right?
Yeah. So that's all from our group.
Yeah.
So
Not too
these
difficult,
are-
kan? Quite easy, isn't it? Okay.
these are the 5 diagrams we are doing for the assignment. So we are not
Okay.
sure whether this is the expectation or not.
Next.
Yeah, that's no more.
Okay, so next group, please. Kejap. IAQ bukan group nombor 3.
Sorry?
No, you label yourself group number 1 just now, but IAQ group number 3, right? 3 ke 4?
Just happens to we mess
Oh,
up
you
the
were the first
sequence.
one. Okay, it's okay. Next group. Doesn't matter whichever lah, water pun boleh juga lah. Which one? Anyone?
Next will be group 2.
Energy efficiency, ya, Sunida?
Yes, energy efficiency. So our group is working on energy efficiency, and our proposal will look into improving the efficiency in building envelope, lighting, zoning, and building services, including submetering, renewable energy, and also the BEI calculation. So we'll start with the building envelope.
So the first one is PE1, which is minimum PE performance. So this one is actually about OTTV and RTTV. So for the OTTV part, the current building envelope color is like warna gray, and then I'm proposing with the off-white color, so that the absorptivity value of the color will be low lah.
Yeah.
And then
Totally agree.
So for the window, I'm not sure the current one, but for the proposal, I think we can use the tempered tinted or laminated with the lower shading coefficient, so that less energy.
Yeah, for the existing one, you just check the BQ lah, kan? Okay, from mata kasar tu, it looks like just normal clear float glass with with a coating. Okay,
Green color.
Yeah, there's a green kind of coating on it.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that one is for the minimum PE
You need to
performance.
calculate kan OTTV kan?
Yeah, I need to calculate lah. For the RTTV, I'm not done yet.
Okay, tak apa.
Next.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. So for lighting, basically, we would like to propose to be for the lighting switch. It will be under zoning, where I zone it with in where the individual switch will be located for the LED lighting purpose, and then the green one actually for the auto sensor lighting. Actually, the idea is to collect the points, so which is the first point is for the individual lightings, And then the second point is for the auto sensor. So this is the ground floor that I've managed to make. So next.
There's a library kan?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nanti what you can do kan, yes, this is your proposal, but I think you have to come to the faculty and then check out exactly where the zones are. Okay.
Alright.
There's a lot of zoning. Memang a lot of zonings for all the big rooms. So definitely ada zoning. It's not like one switch for all the light, artificial lighting. Okay, so you need to check that.
Okay.
Perhaps some rectification, some improvement can be made. Okay, contohnya lah kan. Okay, when artificial lighting is concerned, it's all about jiving it with natural lighting kan. So if you do get a lot of natural lighting near the windows, why would you go and switch on the zone at the front together with something slightly at the back kan, so you mungkin kena ubah sikit kan. So you need to check on that. That one's just for proposal. But in the assessment for GBI, definitely you can get easy points here. Memang ada zoning.
So
You just need to
actually,
verify lah. Get verification.
so
To do
for
evidence.
in terms of the daylight lighting strategies, actually we like to propose like a auto sensor control lighting where nets.
Sensors actually, for your information, memang dah ada di dalam toilets. Having said that, the sensors did not last long.
I see.
They
Sorry,
broke
I'm
down. They broke down after about a year plus, and then no more. Now everything is dysfunctional.
But it still have its own individual lightings, right?
Basically for the toilets, there's only one switch for the whole toilet, okay, and then it's attached to a sensor, so a movement sensor. Jadi kalau ada orang masuk into the toilet, then the light will switch on automatically. That was then. Now the sensors don't work anymore, so the lights are switched on all the time in the toilet.
Why is it not working? Why is it?
I think the sensors were really poor quality lah, so perhaps need to propose something of really good quality with proven durability lah. Okay.
So basically
The
that's
toilet
all.
basah. I think that's the problem, basah. It's just damp.
Right, so that's all for lighting. So next. These are basically the system that I sketched lah. Right, so next.
Right, interesting.
Okay, so for this one is the electrical submetering. So we propose to have submetering for the building, where each floor will they will be divided so that it can be so all the electrical energy will be controlled in the meter room. And then you also propose network submetering so that there will be one device that is connected to the EMS, energy management system. So they will they can actually monitor easily the how the energy consumption of the building, and to know how to reduce the energy consumption.
I think submetering has to be done according to the floors. Okay. Cuma would you be doing the whole floor terus ke, ataupun just let's say level 8 lah, just the office and then the corridor kat depan is not included, like the library downstairs, just the library and the corridor not included, like that, ataupun the whole floor terus? What do you want to do?
Maybe we are still discussing on that. Maybe to just separate into certain area that is needed for to
right. There are pros and cons lah. Okay, if you do separated kan, it's good because you get to see just for that alone, macam library alone kan, ataupun the studios alone. But having said that kan, what about the corridors? So that's one thing. Secondly, the trunking, the electrical trunking.
Trunking?
Yeah, the electricity supply, it comes in, kan cabling dia kan, daripada bawah ke atas, from bottom of the building to the top. And then, the trunking is really hard to separate. I mean to say, once it gets into the main distribution box on the floor, and then from there on it's divided into small all of the electrical items on that floor kan. So, you know, if you have to go in separate, again, you know, it becomes a bit messy, difficult to do. Can be done. But you know, it means that you're gonna have to overhaul your your distribution box on the floor. You understand what I mean? Kalau you just do submetering for the whole floor, easy. They will simply just tap straight from the main trunking that goes into that floor. That's it, senang. And then, you know, straight to the old distribution box. But you know, if you have to do for separate rooms, then you're gonna have to sort of tap and then, you know, redo the switches lah kan, okay? Not that easy, a bit costly lah, but can be done, you know. But what you need to do, just check whether or not something like that can be done, and you know how much will it cost later on. Kan ada ROI yang tinggal kan. It's not a cheap thing sebenarnya. Submetering quite expensive. It can be quite expensive.
But it's helpful in terms of
it's important, yes.
Right. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's really important because, you know, macam contoh kan, your studios at level 5 kan, you know.
5,
You
7.
have a lot of air conditioning and lighting now, you know, in comparison to, let's say, level 7 or even level 6. Kan? So we get to see, you know, who's using a lot of electricity. Jadi for me, if it's one whole floor, okay juga, because, you know, in order to get to the rooms, you have to go through the corridors anyway, isn't it? So I don't know lah. I leave it to you lah to discuss. Okay.
Okay. All right. I will look into that.
Okay.
Next will be EE4 about renewable energy. So first proposal is to propose PV panels. Although we do have some on the parking roof, which I have yet to check on how much points it actually gets, because it varies from 1 point to 5 points in this section lah. But I'm proposing to use BIPV, which is Building Integrated Photovoltaic Panels. And since our, as you can see from the diagram, that roof is actually slanting down towards the south side. So from my rough calculation, looking at the roof plan, which is 72,000 mm, we can fit around 300 number of panels, which provides 108 kWp. So that alone is more than 40 kilowatt per hour already, and we can easily gain 5 GPI points there.
Yeah, and then check whether or not, you know, how much we can offset, you know, from our normal consumption.
Okay.
Nurin, you need to check which roof, okay? Because I think that roof is facing north. Perhaps the other roof is facing south.
Okay. Actually, the fall is facing. Yeah. Okay. I'll go on the.
Kenapa? Because dia punya kiblat is actually to the back of the building, you know, west.
Okay.
Oh, yelah. You might be right. Sorry. You might be right.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Although we can easily gain 5 points there, due to our own exploration, I just want to propose hydropower. We want to propose hydropower because since it is a 10-story building and it's located at a higher land, so from the rainwater running from the gutter, we can actually propose turbine system where we can also generate easily energy from there, because of the high speed water running from the gutter, the turbines can turn very fast lah. But I've yet to find calculate the calculation on how much it can actually generate.
Yeah,
but I will do on that, because I think this is a much cheaper option, because it's just putting turbines on the rainwater downpipe, like with a slight design lah, compared to the PV panels.
Very fast flowing pipe.
Yeah.
Not just at the bottom, you know. Even though if you fit it to, let's say, on the 9th floor, kan kita ada garden.
Yeah.
Even on the 9th floor pun, the rainwater downpipe over there, the water that gushes out is really fast. There's a lot of water. Even at that level, okay? Level 9.
Wow.
You know, we're only talking about a couple levels saja tau of air turun bawah. So it's really fast lah pun. So this system could hypothetically happen even there, rather than kat bawah sekali.
Okay.
Tak apalah, but please calculate.
Alright.
Alright.
Thank you.
Tapi itulah Nurin, basically kan, for those two indicators, we're not gonna get any points at all, The existing
Really?
building, you're proposing something,
Oh,
but
I
the
see.
existing
Oh,
building
yeah.
doesn't have anything.
We do have PV panels, right, at the parking lot?
There's
Very
only one
little.
small one.
Yeah.
Tiny one, okay?
Yeah. I'll try to calculate if I can from the existing, then propose what we can.
Yeah, you can get some specification from Dr. Suzaini, okay? She's the head researcher for that grant.
Dr. Suzaini.
No Suzaini, Muhammad Zaid.
Okay.
Suzaini Zaid, Z-A-I-D.
Okay.
So I will be doing the calculation for BI. Right now I'm still trying to get the annual energy consumption of Alam Bina for this year, which I haven't get it yet. And then we still discussing on the, like Nurin said, on the photovoltaic panels. What size is it? So we can calculate it. And then we can subtract it to the existing energy consumption.
Of course.
And then
the energy data though, try to get this year's and also get 2019 punya. I think better for our exercise, better to base it on 2019. Tetapi later on dalam GBI report tu, I think Architect Michael will probably ask you to put 2020 anyways, okay? So tak apa, because there's a stark difference between the two, okay?
So we do 2 years punya ni.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
You need to go to JPPHB and get it, okay? So
Alright.
I think those people yang need to get some information with JPPHB, you have to get a letter out from a faculty office in order to so that you can get some support lah, okay, to get information daripada JPPHB. Otherwise JPPHB dia tak layan you nanti.
Alright. Okay, sure.
You can email Puan Norizan terus, just email Puan Norizan, give her details, benda apa you nak, and then who is the person that you want to meet, okay? So get that one done quickly lah, so that you get it next week.
Okay. Alright. So that's all for my side.
Okay. Okay. Other groups?
I think it's now for group 3.
Material ke, water ke, whatever lah.
Group 3 will be presenting.
Oh, EQ as well?
Yeah, EQ as well. Then we follow this for the indoor environment quality. We follow by air quality, thermal comfort, lighting, and then verification. And then for the air quality, EQ1 until EQ3, which we propose can put the the carbon dioxide sensor at the area that have a lot of people, which is can control the carbon dioxide amount, and then can like control by the return air system. And then for the indoor the air pollutant part, which I have checked the BQ, the 4 finish for the all the faculty, all is ceramic tiles, cement render floor, paper wash, timber flooring, and carpet. And then so I want to ask,
the spec you need to get the actual spec, okay?
Yeah.
So let's say for the carpets and for the the ones which has got VOCs kan, you find out lah, exactly the beginning.
Also,
not just for your group but also for the earlier group. For indoor air quality, you can talk to Professor Madhya, Dr. Nurhayati, okay, Nurhayati Mahyuddin. She's from the building surveying department, right? So she has done a number of research at the faculty pertaining to the indoor air quality. Okay, so I think it was under her master or PhD student or whatever, or even her bachelor students. So you can just give her a hi and then ask her, if you have done such a research on at the faculty, and then kalau ada tu, you just ask her if she doesn't mind sharing some basic information lah kan, okay.
Dr. Adam, sorry, I want to ask, so we need to base on this BQ, then find out how many amount for the VOC.
Of course. Tapi for IAQ kan, macam contoh lah, the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, whatever kan, the levels at the building though, So I think she has done some research. I saw it before. So you can just drop her an email and ask her, if she's done something, and then if she could share some basic information lah about the level of pollutants at the building.
Understand, Dr. Adam. May I know if we want to measure like this?
Itulah, I'm not sure whether you should measure, okay?
Oh yeah.
Because the measurement has been done before. Tapi if you want to go and measure again, bagus juga sebenarnya. Tetapi to do the measurement, we will need her help because she holds some of the equipment, okay? And she can suggest some really good way of doing the measurements, right?
Okay. Thank you, Dr.
Yeah.
Then this one is like we want to have the green facade at the building facade. Yeah. Then this one
Nice
will
one.
more. Yeah.
But go up to the level that you would propose. Siapa yang akan jaga benda ni? Who's going to look after it? You can say that yes, the technicians of course, but perhaps look into something a bit more sustainable lah, like a bunch of students looking after it, for couple 2-3 years or whatever kan, something like that, Then it becomes more interesting, more detailed. Otherwise kan, you can just propose. Nanti technician they don't have green fingers, these technicians, they have electrical fingers. So the green facade might not live. Sebab if you come to the building, you have a look at the planting in the planter boxes kan, and all of the levels. Some of the levels have got planter boxes, okay. All of the plants are dead. Nobody looks after them.
Understand. So we need to think for the maintenance.
Of course, yes, you have to. You don't just propose something, okay. It's a nice thing. I really like it. Cumanya how can you make it sustainable? Okay.
Understand.
Right, nice.
This one, I pass to my friend to continue the mold prevention.
For mold prevention, I have go through the BQ. I think we can achieve that because now we are using the asbestos-free gypsum board ceiling. Yep. So I think for the ceiling part, maybe we can skip that. Next. And for the mold prevention also, we may need to look into the waterproofing system right now. Then I found from the section now, actually we also have the waterproof cement at the roof area there. So I think this one also, yeah.
Yeah, tapi basically kan, memang is totally waterproof. Level 8 punya ceiling tu, level 8 punya roof tu is waterproof because there's a garden above. Tapi there are some leakages lah here and there, but minor lah.
Yeah, because right now we haven't visited the building, so I'm not sure whether is there any leakage water piping issue or not.
Yeah, of course. I think what you need to do is just ask the technicians that if they can show you some leakages here and there.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Next. And for this part, I found that the partition that using right now, we didn't mention is it ND moisture or what? So I estimate it is not. Then we can propose the moisture management in the wall assembles system. So it's like we can use the ND moist and the mold wall system to replace the dry partition.
Try to find a system which can be used as in a retrofit. I mean, say you already have an existing partition, would you be able to stick something onto it? rather than demolishing the old one and putting something new. You know, try to find
it's
a
like
system.
apply.
Yeah,
okay. Apply on it.
Okay.
Apply on the assistant. Okay.
This is one proposal, but you can also propose something yang cheaper lah.
Okay. Okay, sure. Next. And this one I'm not sure whether it's work or not, but what I have studied is actually before we talk about the materials in the building, then maybe we can provide the trap-off system at the entrance so that the person they can keep the building clean from the pollutants. It's like the dust and all that. So what we can provide is maybe the trap-off system at the entrance. And right now I see the floor plan is our
open.
entrance is open. Yeah,
it's very open. It's nice to have a proper lobby lah kan.
Yeah. Next. And this is about the cleaning and the maintenance things. I saw we have the from the floor plan, I saw there is a janitor room, but I'm not sure whether the sizes is accommodate that we can keep all the cleaning product inside or not. It is like want to separate the cleaning product with the
we don't have a proper cleaners here. Right now, if you look at what they have done, there's a small door in between the two toilets, okay, and that door is actually to maintain the pipes. And then the cleaners, they keep all the stuff in there. It's not supposed to be there. And then at the same time, they also keep their stuff in the in the trunking, in the the risers, the wet risers, dry risers, they keep it in there. Not proper as well. There are no proper rooms for cleaners right now.
Okay,
You
so
can
I just
a location bagus lah, ataupun a system to handle that.
Yeah. So this is my solution how to make it right.
Okay.
Yeah. Next. So I pass to my group mate.
Okay. This part is the thermal comfort. So these are research that study like how to improve the thermal comfort. So with the PMV, we need to reach until 0 is a natural, which is the comfortable. This one we not yet go into the calculation. Next.
Basically in GBI, is it asking you to do a survey?
That one I need to actually I need to study more on that first. I not yet go in deep with it.
Because kalau dia minta survey, then it's something that you might have to do later on lah kot kan. You just send it out to you can use your friends within your class. I think about 20 of them from UM, so you can survey them and ask them for thermal comfort punya sensation kan, the apa nama, right?
Okay, can.
Because I think I remember looking at Michael Ching's punya report tu, dia ada buat survey lah, like a post survey.
Last part. This one, notification.
Yeah, 2 points tu banyak oh.
Okay, can.
The survey tu kan, you can just do a Google form survey so that later on we can also distribute it among other students yang memang dah pernah duduk di dalam bangunan kita. Okay, so it could be from architecture, it could be from BS, whatever lah.
Okay, can. So this one is actually a diagram, schematic diagram, which is proposed the UFAD system, because existing one already have the ceiling, right? So maybe we can propose the UFAD system to enhance the air change. Next. So this is the schematic proposal diagram for the level 10, which is actually this diagram not yet complete because this one is the grille facade that mentioned before. So maybe the window we can like putting in this way, then to allow the air flow in, then the hot air will rise up here, the courtyard. Yeah, so here will be, I think existing one here got the planter box is here, right?
Yeah. the planting here kan, this planting actually duduk dekat sini ni. It sits here, you know.
Okay. So here don't have any
no planting.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that one I will look into more detail on it.
Okay.
For now it's like this. Yeah. So for this part, the following will be rise up. That one I still need to study on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you do for apa nama, for the roof tu kan, the roof tu I think I'm not sure whether it's this group ke atau even innovation group. I think innovation kot, you know. The green roof that we have right now, the garden that we have on level 9 is actually part of research, okay. Tapi research dah ended a long time ago, and then the people who are involved in it are not people from our faculty pun. So but you can talk to a couple of people lah, you know, at the faculty who are really keen in the green roof in that garden. For once, you can talk to Dr. Rodia, okay, Rodia Zawawi. She's from BS again. You know, she's a avid gardener. You know, she loves that herb garden that we have on level 9. So you know, she looks after it, okay, and then she has expanded it as well. So you can talk to her about, you know, the kind of plants that we have over there, and then you know how it works and so on. And then you can also go to there's a professor, you know, her name is Nur Haslina Hassan. Nur Haslina. She's from social sciences. And she's based at the geography department, I think. She's one of those people who were involved in the research to implement that garden on level 9. Okay, so that one will get us some innovation points though, you know, existing. So if you have to go and add the green facade, not more, that's extra innovation points, you know.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Next. So I'll pass to my friend.
Yeah, I've got these pictures from the architect Surya, the architect who designed the MAB. The west, well, looking from the building alone, because we haven't been there yet, they have these long narrow windows that faces the it's east actually.
East and west, both sides.
Oh, both are. Oh, okay. So so they have this huge window as well, but then they have this solar shading. But when you look at the interior, it seems like I don't know what time does this picture taken, but it looks like it's still a bit
perhaps
dark.
in the morning. This is in the morning.
Oh, right. It still looks a bit dark for me. Because like because the lab computer down here, it looks like it's just right next to the window, but it still need a lot of artificial lighting.
Basically, the lab computers are sitting on level, I think level 4, level 6 good. So level 6, and then you know they are actually facing, there are two rooms, okay, facing south and facing north. The one facing north too, not much amount of light at all. You know, the windows is all along it, tapi not enough daylighting. The one facing south, it gets really, really hot in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
It gets really hot in the afternoon.
So does that mean that's why they put the diagonal? There's this like a louver that looks like a diagonal thing.
Yeah.
All across. Oh, that's
I think what you need to do is to assess whether or not. I think perhaps you can do a simple SketchUp punya model lah kot kan, you know, just to show how much amount of shading you can get. Because there's a very deep overhang kan, you know, that overhang is about 1 meter deep. And then this screen, tapi the screen tu is very cosmetic. It's not really a proper shading device. So you know, it'll be interesting to find out how much shading you can get lah, you know, especially from the deep overhang, 1 meter overhang.
Okay. Alright.
But when you look upstairs, level 9 and 10 kat atas sana kan, there's only a small amount of overhang, you know, the overhang doesn't work at all. So all of those rooms, in the afternoon gets amazingly hot.
Okay. Along the west-east facade, huh?
No, along the south facade.
Right. Okay.
Okay, this facade here is south facade.
Oh, okay. Right. Next. Yeah, this is the south facade. And looking at the looking at the a glimpse of the plan, it looks like it's quite a deep plan. So I think even though like when you have like a daylighting at the side, I don't think you can get the like sufficient daylight, yeah, at the middle. So the question is, how can we bring light, like natural light, into this deep plan? Next.
Look at the the BCA Singapore Academy that I showed you.
Oh, the light shelf.
Not just light shelves, light ducts.
Oh, light ducts, like a tubular daylight.
Yeah, it brings in light.
Right. Okay. Oh, next. Yeah, there's another system also, anidolic daylighting. I think this is more expensive than the
cooler lah. Cool. It's cool lah. Okay.
Yeah,
tak apa, you can propose this one rather than the one at BCA kan, either or. It's a cooler system lah. It looks good.
Yeah, because this one looks like it can be retrofit, I think.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, because I think the tubular system you need to core, is it?
The tubular system tu tak cantik lah. Dia pakai ducts, like aircon ducts.
Yeah. And maybe
this one looks cool lah. Okay.
Yeah, this one looks cool. So they have this simulation as well, like the two images down here, like the before and after. So the light can penetrate deeper into the room.
Yeah. Try to look into this one better lah. I think this one.
Okay. Right. Next. This is the light shelf also, but I think like shelf, depending on the angle, I don't think it can reach as deep as anidolic lah.
Yeah, you won't.
Yeah, it won't. Yeah.
Lagipun bilik tu dalam, the room is about, I think 8-9 meters deep. One studio.
Yeah.
Betul lah. Geng UM ada. Betul.
Betul. Tapi ada column inside, so it's more than 8 lah.
Yes, the columns are really big as well,
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the floor to floor height, dia tak tinggi sangat. If it's a bit taller, then it could be slightly easier to do certain kind of things. Tapi it's quite, I think it's about 3 meters plus lebih sikit saja, So
okay.
There's some, tapi this is but it is because of ceiling. There's a ceiling there. If you take out the ceiling, yes, it goes a bit further up.
Can we actually take off the ceiling? You think?
You can propose, yeah.
Yeah, just make it exposed system. I don't know because you have to like maintain, right?
Right now ni dia letak ceiling bukan apa sebab
ada tikus.
You ada tikus. Itulah, ada tikus.
Okay.
Ada tikus because of these guys as well lah. They've been eating in the studio.
I think the tikus is there because of the ceiling, no? Like if you take and then they won't be having, anywhere to build their home.
Yeah. But that's hypothetical. The tikus could also live in your bags,
Yes. Happen once.
They can run on the floor. If they cannot run the ceiling, they will run on the floor.
Okay.
And that's where you guys are always sleeping,
Oh, okay. I was wondering the GBI rating, right? How is it the daylighting thingy? Like, does it extend to the whole floor? Like, what if you don't have like you don't have natural lighting in the deepest part of your plan? Does that mean that we lose the GBI point?
No. Ada dia punya criteria tu. I think it gives you a certain percentage kan.
Oh, okay. I have to check.
So check on that. I think it is impossible to get the whole building natural ventilation unless it's a small building.
Okay. Next. Yeah, this one is quite expensive lah. But it's really nice.
It's prohibitively expensive. The only one in Malaysia with this system is actually at the PMO, at the Prime Minister's office. There's only one.
Oh, because it looks very pretty, but I understand it's very, very expensive because the light can travel it can transmit light almost 100%.
Exactly, and the distance is really far because it uses fiber optic.
Yeah, so it's very effective but very expensive lah. So
exactly, yeah. Ada dekat PMO's office, at the Prime Minister's office. They implemented it throughout the whole building. It's a fantastic daylighting system. Super expensive.
Can we still use this, but we put it in the very high cost? I don't think it's going to be implemented anyway, but
it depends. Yang bagusnya with this system, it doesn't bring in heat.
It's just light, yeah.
You know, so it's perhaps good for library. You know, it could be good for the auditorium, for that matter, kan? You know.
Oh, okay. All right. Next. I'll pass to Marilyn. Is Marilyn here?
I don't think Marilyn is here, right?
Yeah, this one could apply to some parts of the building, you know, not all, you know, not very easy to do.
Yeah, because this one is not retrofit anymore, I think.
Yeah.
Marilyn said her mic got problem.
Okay.
Oh, she's talking, I think.
Yeah.
Can you speak louder, Marilyn? Very, very soft.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah. Can hear. Yeah.
So looking at using atrium or clear stories at the deeper parts of the building. Next. Then this is like DALI, digital addressable lighting interface, which is like integrated with the
cool.
automated system.
Very nice system.
Next.
Next is the thing. Sorry. Yeah, this one is electrochromic glazing to manage light, glare, and energy use. But I'm not sure of the cost. I think it's gonna be expensive.
Super expensive.
yeah. But this one, well, I never mind lah. Next.
Kejap. Apa nama? You can also use other things. You know, a Malaysian product is called Crystal Bond. Crystal Bond with a K, okay? Crystal Bond with a K. So Crystal Bond has been in market for a long time, okay? And then they've been using it a lot on cars. But they also do it on buildings. I've used it myself on some buildings. It might not give you any tint. It will allow you almost 99% of the light to come in, but it blocks off 99% of UV. So you don't get the heat.
Oh, right. Okay.
You get light, no heat. Just like the PMO office system lah, you know. Cumanya it doesn't block out glare, because glare ni, if you do get clear view of the sky, you get glare. In our case, yes, some parts of the studios dekat, you know, near to the windows tu memang definitely ada glare. You can get verification from your friends here, okay? So what would you do with glare? Glare ni, simply put, just letak blinds je lah, you know, that's the easiest answer. Otherwise, organization of desks at the, you know, near the windows.
Okay, right. Next.
Crystal Bond tak mahal sangat. Crystal Bond, I think still mahal, tetap more expensive than a normal solar tint, but you know, it's lifetime warranty, and then it's fantastic material.
Okay.
So using
this is Marilyn
paint to help the light bounce around the room.
Yeah.
Make the space
Our wall colors are dull, you know. We have light blue, light green, whatever, you know, very dull colors. I would go just white and senang cerita. Cuma white ni difficult to maintain.
Next. So I think Dr. Azam mentioned this shading. So using automated blinds or also manual roller shading devices. And then also on the facade, could use vertical fins or the 8-crate fins, 8-crate shading system. And maybe also reflective blinds. So this will prevent the glare and unwanted solar gain while allowing diffuse light into the space.
Okay.
Next. So
yeah, we're already using LEDs. Don't worry about this one. Next.
Okay. Orientation. So the windows, I think they are orientated to the north and south. So this one just need adequate shading lah.
Come to the building, get some good photographs of views going out.
Yeah.
You get wonderful views all around, you know, not just north and south.
Next, I haven't really gotten into like acoustic. It's just that because acoustic is quite new to me, so I have to understand what kind of like noise do we want, like, because a certain typology, I mean, certain spaces have different the amount of desired noise, because noise is totally not a bad thing. Like sometimes you need a bit of noise to give like a sound masking in a office.
You can do some discussion dengan Professor Madya, Dr. Nazli. Dr. Nazli is our resident acoustic punya expert.
RAZLI?
NAZLI. Nazli.
Oh, Nazli. Okay.
Nazli Chedin, CHEDIN.
Okay. Acoustic expert. Okay. So next. Habis.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't got into it. Yeah.
Okay, can we do the other 3 groups yang kat belakang tu, just samples, water, material dengan innovation.
Oh, so next is innovation, right?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Okay.
Earlier they are already talking about innovation,
Yeah, there might be some overlapping here. Yeah. So I'll be the first one. So this is our group for innovation. So the first one I'll be presenting is using the building surface as a medium for resource generation. Because most of it, we already have windows, we already have different areas that allow daylight penetration. So I'll be focusing on some of the facades that are less permeable. So a few points that I'll be mentioning is electrical generation, water purification, and also food sourcing. So we'll move on to the next slide. So for electrical generation, how to use it in a building, I envision it to be using a vertical green system. So this is a brief project, and this Living Light project essentially shows that some of the biological processes of a plant can generate minimal amounts of energy, and this is targeted towards those meeting rooms in the studio floors that are less frequently used, and also toilet-like fittings. And the next one, regarding water purification, this actually targets the water dispensers in the floors because they are always having maintenance problems, and it's very costly, and it's also very inefficient. Yeah. So I'm trying to combine all of these different small problems to try to solve it by using the resource generation program. And lastly, the next one is just Yep. The next one is just vertical vegetation. So how this all comes together will be shown in the next slide. So the next slide is essentially how I envision it to be. So the less used facades, such as the one with the small windows, the small vertical strips of windows, will be fitted with these modular vertical green planters, aquaponic planters, because they need some waterlogged conditions to generate electricity. But this is something very experimental, and it might be very costly. So yeah, this is still on the fence on this one. And the roof above the library.
One thing lah, Zuguang, when you put it at the location where it's not used, again, access is the problem lah, for maintenance. You see that wall that you're proposing, the green wall, it's like 7 stories, of nothingness. So maintaining that will be almost impossible. Tak tahu lah, perhaps you might want to consider the terraces, as a means of planting. Perhaps you can remove some of the sun shading devices there, because the sun shading devices there I might not be doing much. So you might as well just remove that and put green facade altogether, and then use that as a means for maintenance. It'll be a lot more practical,
Yep.
Like put is morning sun, why do you have to go and do sun shading there?
And the next one, I think the next one I'll just quickly mention it. Yeah.
Actually, the next one is what Dr. Azam mentioned. Like the idea is to put at the east and west elevation of the FAB, where we have the extended floor slab. Then maybe we can put the vertical green wall system here. So it's actually quite accessible. And then these are an example of structures on how we are going to do this. It's actually just quite simple by using street structure, and then planting an irrigation system, having some planter, and then just put plants. These are a few examples available in Malaysia. This is the Menara Etika made by Veritas Architects, and also the TPI Essentia. So
maybe you try to find out for the vertical for the VGS ni kan. This VGS ni, is it okay to mount it on the south facing facade, when it's really hot? Okay, just find out whether or not it's suitable. Because saya takut satu je, and I'm a bit apprehensive with the the longevity, the livability, for plants.
Okay.
Plants mati, after a while it gets dried up and die, because it's just too hot. Because there's a lot of windows there, okay, and then we don't have any obstructions anyways. Jadi try to find out whether or not it's feasible. If it's not feasible, then perhaps you just look into west and east facades, or even the north facade, okay. But having said that, it's nice to have it on the south facade as a means of sun shading throughout. Okay, cuma kena find out whether or not it's feasible.
Right. Okay, and then the next one would be on-site composting facility. So this actually has been done by University Malaya, which is the IUM Zero Waste campaign. They actually have one site that they dedicate to using composting areas. So maybe we can apply it to our faculty, where we actually have a space at the back of our building. So maybe we can do it here, or maybe we can even do it at the terrace landscape. We just do.
It's quite steep.
Yeah, I know. But because from this picture right here, they actually
you can do this. Okay. If you have to do your own, sebenarnya begini, there are a couple of locations already. For once, you go up to the 9th floor in the herb garden that is existing there. Memang dah ada composting facility. They built reinforced concrete tanks, okay, with a metal lid. And then in there, dah ada compost, they put in all the ulat, like cacing, semua ada dalam tu kan, okay. So we do have composting there, done, small scale. But if you have to do something slightly larger, because perhaps we probably need to have something slightly larger because we have
to
more
comply for the TBI. Yeah.
So the location is at the back of the car park, kat belakang ni, Satu, perhaps
itu bukan steep juga
somewhere at the front. Somewhere at the front there, near the car park, there's some flat land there that you can utilize. Okay. Tetapi yang dekat belakang ni memang really steep. You go, unless kalau ada tangga tak apa. Kalau ada tangga tak apa.
Dekat sini bukan steep juga ke? Ke flat?
No. There's one patch of land kat situ. Not very wide, but it's good enough lah for our purpose.
Okay. Alright. Okay, moving on. Next page.
So next, this is some simple solution that is actually can be, if we are going to do this, maybe the student can also involve in this effort. So the BioSil, so it basically can collect a lot of water because our faculty is actually at the higher level. So maybe we can figure out some lower drainage and transfer it into a more organic solution of converting the stormwater. So this is roughly the idea of the stormwater.
Actually, Nicole, you can apply this very easily on the two slopes, the south and north facing slopes. I showed you the north facing slope just now, facing engineering. You can have bioswales there to stop water from going down. Right now it's like a waterfall. And then the south facing one, facing college 6 tu, again, you can implement there. And then that one is more accessible. Students can help to plant things and whatnot and maintain it if they want to. But again, macam my earlier suggestion, you have to look beyond proposing. You have to look into how it can be maintained, make it sustainable. Okay.
To further detail up this, maybe I can look into the planting suggestion.
Of course. And how it can be maintained.
Like a system.
Yes.
Next. So this is roughly how the structure can be worked to propose this. So so just a rough idea. So next, the application, there's some suggestion places that can be do lah. So along the south facing near the KK6 there, I think there's a good point of doing that. Next.
Sebenarnya kan, our existing car park would qualify for a point or two, because the existing car park punya surface tu is already porous. It's not tarmac.
Is it near in front of the lobby there or behind?
The front and the back, both.
The back, front and the back both. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So next. So this is, but I figure there's another location where we can actually incorporate it. So next. So this is some idea lah. Maybe you can do it in a very attractive way. So next, the proposed location can be at in front of the lobby there, because I noticed this is actually a usable green area where currently they didn't have any aesthetical value.
Right now we just have this amphitheater. The amphitheater is not very useful. Betul Zuguang, it's not very useful. It's very hot. And then all the tiles are cracking anyways, So we might as well just take out all the tiles. You can leave it as an amphitheater, tapi take out all the tiles and put in porous material so that you can allow water to go through and allow grass to grow. And then you can have some planter boxes here and then make it even greener, so that it is a more usable amphitheater, outdoor amphitheater. I think losing the amphitheater to rugi sikit lah. I think you keep the amphitheater but you turn it into something more porous.
Okay. Take this. This is just for the herb garden. So next.
Right, just go through. Okay, next. This one already
itulah, I think
presented. Yeah. So I'm kind of but then this one fall into the group of lighting group or innovation group?
This one is more innovation than lighting. For lighting they can propose something simpler. Tapi tak apa, you can go ahead and propose this one. But remember you have to calculate ROI, the return on investment kan. You can propose this. If the ROI is good enough, the faculty might decide to go for it,
Because
it might not be for the whole facade, perhaps some parts.
Because in the GPI, then only need like 10% of the facade.
Correct.
Yeah.
Perhaps you just implement it at the office ke level 8 or perhaps somewhere for showcasing. Kalau showcasing, you go for which level showcasing? I think one of the studio levels lah, Put your studio level lah, level 5.
Alright.
Just one side. 1,000 side.
Yeah, true. Right. Okay, next.
Itu pun expensive tu.
Next.
Okay, next. I think same mostly are covered by others groups as well. So this is building an integrated PV. Can be used on the roof and also on the wall as a facade.
Yep.
Yeah. Next. LED done. Next. This one is a more flexible LED. Next.
Yeah, this is cool as well.
So this one I also saw it on previous group.
Of course.
Yeah.
Fantastic technology,
So this one is I'm not sure it's under innovation or.
It's under innovation.
All right. Okay. Next. So this is another material that can be used for insulation, and it's very strong. Can be used as a glass, but can block the sunlight more and make it like very blurry.
Yep, fantastic stuff.
Next. So this one is pollution absorbing brick. It acts like a vacuum cleaner inside the brick, so it's separates the pollution particle and deposit them into a container at the base. So it is able to filter 30% of fine pollutants and 100% of coarse pollutant, release filter air and self-sustaining ventilation.
Interesting. If you can give us some actual precedents, it'd be good. This is interesting.
I think next. That's all.
You can also look into something else, kan? Not just applying to your group, but perhaps the IAQ group. There's one technology which is activated carbon. You can put activated carbon in the walls, to filter, to take out pathogens, bacteria, viruses, whatever. Kalau orang bersin ataupun batuk, that wall will absorb everything.
That's all from our group.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right, thanks. Water, yeah, great.
Okay, so We basically did some studying on what is water efficiency and their definition on the rainwater harvesting, rainwater recycling, and water efficient fittings. Then we also look into the functions of rainwater harvesting system, the pros and cons. Then on how typical rainwater harvesting will functions. Then we did some precedent studies, but all this will be condensed into one slide later. This is also like we did a study on how a water recycling system work and how they filter the grey water in diagrams lah. Okay, then yeah, Adriana, you want to take over?
Sure. So for our proposal, the diagram on the left is the rainwater harvesting, and on the right will be the recycling system. So for harvesting system, the catchment area will be on the roof, and then it will go all the way down to the rainwater storage tank above ground, and from there there will be pipe going into the filter to filter out the particles such as sands, leaves, and then move on to the bigger tank with concrete, made of concrete, and excessive water will be dispersed into the soil. And then from there,
can you also look into not just having polypropylene tanks, kan, perhaps look into something a bit more interesting. Contohnya mungkin you can have a reinforced concrete tank where the water goes in, of course, and then perhaps the tank ada dua separated compartments, okay, a smaller one to receive water, and then it's filtered slightly, and then it goes to a bigger one. In the bigger one tu you boleh letak pokok lah, you can put fish in there. You can do a bit of aquaculture. There's a lot of things can be done. If you stretch it a bit.
Okay, sure. We'll look into that. Yeah, continue, and then the filtered water will go to a pump to pump through another filter, and back to the water tank to be reused in the building. So for recycling, basically because usually water for recycling system are from a shower, laundry, sink, but since we don't have shower,
we do have showers.
Oh, wait,
every toilet ada shower.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Sebab tu students at the 6th college, whenever there's water cuts, they will go to our faculty to mandi. And then even our own students mandi situ juga. They stay overnight 24 hours, and then they just go and mandi.
Right. Okay. So that's even better. So we do have water from showers, and so the waters from showers, laundry, and sinks will be collected underground and then filtered to become grey water for flushing and irrigation.
And then combine that with the bioswale.
Bioswale. Okay.
Yeah, because the grey water you channel it into the bioswale together with the storm water, kan? So you consolidate those two. Rather than just collecting storm water, the bioswale also collects grey water from the building. Okay, so you're making use of the same system. Easier. It's much better actually.
Okay, noted. So that's for rainwater harvesting and water recycling proposals. Next.
And this one is on irrigation and landscaping. So the idea is probably, since we already have like some landscaping areas, we could use drip irrigation because it saves up almost 80% of water consumption. And so basically it'll be like a pipe, and then it will deliver water through these tinier pipes. Perhaps it can be incorporated with the rainwater harvesting. So it'll collect rainwater at a tank somewhere, and it'll be connected to this pipe. I have yet to look into it more. And another one which I'm not so sure, but there's this thing called reed bed, right? Reed bed system, where it uses storm water and then it'll filter it.
That's the you can also term it as a bioswale as well, kan,
Oh,
so,
yes.
So in a bioswale, though, there are certain plants that you would use in the reed bed. Same concept, but the plants are more they can live in wetter environment. Okay, so you have plants which live on water technically. It's slightly different kind of plants, different plants, but same concept. Again, to filter water. The water, you see, just do a bit of research. You find out how clean the water can be. You can definitely find some information on that. After a certain amount of days, the water that comes out from the system can be clean, and then it's clean enough that you can simply just boil it and then minum terus. You don't even have to filter it some more. But try to find out lah. So that water too is not actually wasted water. Dia bukannya it goes into the system and then we just simply release it. We can also use it for irrigation again, or we can use it for other means. The other two means kan, potable and non-potable water, right?
Yeah.
So find out whether or not it's potable ataupun non-potable.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But you need to locate lah where the building, around the site.
Yeah. I'll look at it on plan later. But for now, that's all for irrigation and landscaping.
Yeah, next is the water efficiency fitting. The water efficiency fitting will separate into the flow fitting and also the flush fitting. The flow fitting will be the basin, the shower head, the kitchen sink, and the bidets. And the flush fitting will be the water closet and the urinal. Next.
Of course. Right now, Jashin, if you look at the BQ kan, all of our water fittings sebenarnya dah water efficient. Problemnya, there are a couple of problems, okay? One problem is the tap in the toilets. When you press it, it stays there for too long.
Yeah.
So
I already study some BQ. So
and then another thing is the flushing system for the toilets. When you press the button, too much water comes out again. So the faculty might need to adjust those fittings to make them more efficient. Right now, not very efficient. Even though it's efficient, but the flow water is just too much.
Yeah, so this is what I suggest to put inside the faculty. The basin tap will you I know I saw the video. The basin tape is using the self-closing basin tape, but we can shorten time that release the water, so it can control the water flow. And also we can use the basin tape that less than the 4 liter per minute flow rate. And then for the shower head, I suggest using the less than 9 liter per minute flow rate. And also we can use the rating and the Amina flow shower head. We also can consider the low flow shower head with the flow control there.
Okay.
And then for the water closet, we can use the new fresh fitting that can control the capital of the water that we're using. And then for the urinal, we can actually use the waterless urinals to replace the existing urinal. So
before we go any further, can I just get a vote from all the male friends here? Has anybody used a waterless urinal before? Anybody?
Yes.
Anybody else? Ada tak?
No.
What do you guys feel about it?
Smelly.
Correct. I've used it before many times. Okay, waterless urinals usually smelly. If it's not maintained well, it's smelly. So I'm a bit cautious.
Yeah.
Unless if we use a waterless urinal and then there's a way of making sure that we don't get smells, then great lah, kan?
Okay, I will research more on that.
Okay.
Okay, next. This is the calculation I did lah. This one is the first pass is the existing cemetery fitting, and then I try to research on their flow rate, and then I did some calculation. So in further improvement, we can like saving how many percent of the water inside our building lah.
Alright, good.
Okay, next.
You can use GBI's own tool as well, kan?
Yeah. Okay, next.
Okay. For this metering and leak detection system, right? Actually, I've seen the checklist. It doesn't. I feel like there's nothing much to do because one of the point is like using submeters to monitor.
Sudah ada. Right now, there's already a meter for the whole building, but we don't have submeters.
So yeah, using submeters to monitor and manage the major water. And then the other point is to connect the submeters to the EMS. Yeah. So I feel like I feel like only these two. I mean, there's nothing much to do for this topic at the moment.
Right now, for the assessment, we might get a point, just for having a meter. Tapi we don't have extra points for submetering, everything else. Kita tak ada. We don't have that. So you can propose it.
Okay.
But when you propose it, make sure you know the cost and whatnot, okay? So that you can put into ROI.
Yeah. I think that's it from the water cases.
Material group, last one. Material?
Okay, wait.
Alright.
Share my screen. Okay. So for our part, we haven't really gone into detail of the proposal yet, but we have some ideas that we have in mind. So Nigel, you want to explain this one?
Okay, so I'll start from the MR1, which is the material reuse. And then after we found the material reuse, these are some doors, bricks, the material that can be reused, and also the temporary structure of steel formwork or timber formwork. But then
you need to check BQ satu hal. Yang keduanya, sometimes you might not find the answers, because masa construction, the contractor might have used certain formwork which we might not know. Okay. So one way is to contact Architect Suria ataupun contact the contractors, okay, and find out the builders, find out from them, what kind of formwork they used before, because that building uses IBS. Mostly the structure is all IBS, really large precast concrete columns and beams and floors. So itu tak ada formwork, but there are some formwork for other things. So you need to find out.
Okay, Atika next. And then these are based on the example that in the Google Drive, which how they calculate the marks are. And then how they calculate is they take the total construction cost, and then they assume the material cost, and then they calculate the aluminium formwork, and in the BQ we're able to find out the formwork they use is basically on the some sawn formwork and steel formwork on the slab lah, if not mistaken.
Try to find out, if you use IBS apa jadi, because IBS the formwork is actually at the factory, because everything is casted at the factory and brought to site and assembled.
Which mean like this way, which mean the formwork is actually can be reused, right? We can.
Yeah, of course, because it's IBS. But it's all at the factory. There is minimum amount of formwork on site because as far as I know lah, okay, only small part of the building would require formwork on site. The normal plywood formwork, because they're gonna reinforce concrete in situ. Tetapi most of the stuff semuanya dah casted at the factory, okay. So to get verification, you better call up Architect Suria ataupun the contractor.
Okay, so for in this case, right, because we need to at least assume the material cost, then and the construction cost, I think in the BQ also.
Ada BQ, yes.
But the BQ without the price of the total cost, the BQ is in the price, the price there is blank one. So
dia blank tak ada cost itu.
Tak ada cost. So we a bit like hard to find the total construction cost.
Okay, gini. If there's some detail there, with contact number of the surveyors, the QS. Contact the QS, please.
So we able to get from the QS.
Lah, but you need to have surat lah, make sure you get the letter from the faculty, and then contact the people. Right.
But then we are afraid that we might not hit the 20% because in the.
It's okay. Yang pentingnya you go through the exercise, and then if you don't get the amount stipulated by GBI, then we don't get the point. It's okay. Tapi we can always just propose for further rectification atau refurbishment later on. Kena gunakan certain things lah in order to achieve.
Okay. Next. So for the MR2 is also about the recycled material, also same 20% from the material cost. So we only can find out the brick and some of the timber that can be recycled material. So also we need to clarify on the cost, all those. Yeah. Next.
So you need to talk to the QS.
Yeah.
So next, we have these two, MR3 and MR4. So for MR3, sustainable timber usage, I'm not sure if the auditorium and the conference room flooring are timber.
Okay, for the auditorium too, the timber flooring at the auditorium stage is the retrofit. It didn't come with the building. Okay. Earlier, the original stage was smaller. So what they did was to extend it. By doing the extension, they added a lot of timber. So for that, you need to you can get the information from the faculty itself, because from the faculty, probably we will definitely have the specification for that work. That work was done about 5 years ago.
Okay, I see. Okay, so we can include timber usage there. Also, I have this idea that's not in the slide just now, because other groups are proposing this vertical wall planting, right? So maybe we can replace the metal with laminated bamboo, certified by NTC.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so maybe we can secure a point there if we use those sustainable timber.
Okay, Opita, it's like this, you just assess the building. What it has, what it doesn't have, and then you give a mark or don't give a mark. Okay, and then after that, then only you propose something.
Okay.
You don't propose something to be done to get the point. Okay, for now you just assess.
Okay, and then we have MR4, which is sustainable purchasing policy and management control. So we have this. I actually found this study by NUS Singapore. So they have invented this water absorbing gel that can help reduce the reduce the indoor humidity, and also this is actually that can be done already constructed walls and indoor spaces. So
I think this one is worthwhile looking deeper into it, find out how it works. The gel though, when it absorbs moisture, does it release it out, or it will absorb it and then it becomes wetter?
It can release it to reduce the heat inside.
Okay, alright. Look into it further, and then propose it. I think it's a nice improvement because yes, the humidity level is very high. Because the humidity level is very high in the studios, in the offices, the aircon has to work harder. At the same time, the thermal comfort level might be a bit difficult to achieve. It'll be easier when the humidity level goes down a bit. So the aircon doesn't have to work so much.
Yes. So another thing for the purchasing policy, I have found this cool paint that has this high solar reflectance to reflect solar energy and high thermal emittance.
Yep.
So I'm not sure if this cool paint is available locally in Malaysia.
Try to find out.
Yeah, we are trying to find out that. So I think this can be one suggestion, because currently the Machu Alambina building, what I have seen so far from Google, it's painted in a dark color, right?
Yeah.
So it absorbs a lot of heat, perhaps.
Plus,
so,
our roof
yeah.
is also normal color, you know. So if you
Yeah.
paint it with high albedo colors, you know, like white, there's some
Yeah.
paints which are already
Yeah.
available, you know, in Malaysia for roof paints.
Yes.
So if you can paint it white, you know, with the high albedo color, then definitely you get some point there. But yeah, right now we're not gonna get any point. But
Okay.
you can propose it, okay? So the other group wants to
Okay.
put BIPD on top, no problem. But you paint it first, lah.
Even the facades, you can also propose to paint it in a lighter color. Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Any more? Tak ada. Okay, kalau tak ada, tak apa. Thank you very much. I think we only missed one group tadi yang EE.
Dr. Azhar, I want to ask something.
Sorry. Terkeluar screen. Ada lagi.
Oh ya ke?
Ada lagi. Sekejap Internet got problem.
Tak apa, don't worry. Everybody is in the same boat.
Dr. Azam,
I
want to ask you something regarding to the MR1 and MR2, the reduce and recycle material. And if the building do not get the point, do not achieve the point, then how we gonna come up with a solution? Since we need to implement the things during the design phase already, but the building already built without it.
Understood. So, you know, for the assignment, you just assess what the building has, okay? So, to complete the assignment, you just propose what can be done in order for the building to get the point.
But we assume we propose it and during the design phase is it?
Exactly. Ataupun, you know, for future refurbishments, they can take out the old partitions, let's say, and use a different material. They can hack out certain walls and use the different materials, that kind of stuff.
Understand.
It's not very simple for materials, I know, because a lot of these decisions were made during the design stage, kan? It was a long time ago, you know, so sometimes it might not lead towards getting the point.
Okay.
Sorry, my internet is really slow right now. So I won't be able to full screen it.
Tak apa.
Okay, so our next proposal is actually to work with the existing zero waste campaign in UM. So maybe we can create like a recycle plan whereby
for now, what you can do, you just go to ZWC ataupun just email them, okay? They're quite attentive. Sebenarnya there is a campaign for the whole university. So every faculty has been active in sending their recyclables, okay, and also recording sampah, the amount of waste. So you know the amount of waste that comes out from the building is recorded. You know, so ZWC will have data on that for the whole campus. And then sometimes some of the faculties they macam tenggelam timbul lah. Once in a while they get active, another few months they're not active, kan? You know, so you get to see that. You know, that data from ZWC, they record for the whole campus.
Okay.
And then, you know, for recyclable, sometimes we might not send it to ZWC. The cleaners could have collected everything and sold it themselves.
Okay.
So one point of reference is to talk to the cleaners manager, or perhaps talk to our own technicians about recyclables.
Okay.
Because we do have recycling bins and whatnot, kan? You know, how do they maintain it? Okay, do they send it to the ZWC ataupun they just get the cleaners to sell it themselves? Because previously, I remember sometimes the cleaners they collect, you know, all the recyclable materials, kan? You know, the bottles or whatever, the cardboards that come up from the studios, kan? They collect a lot of it, you know, kilograms of all this stuff, and then they bring in a couple of lorries and then sell everything off. They get a lot of money for themselves. But there also have been a time when the faculty took more drastic action. They collected everything themselves and then they send it out to ZWC. Okay, so to be part of the university's effort.
Okay.
So that happened. Jadi you can talk to the technicians and ZWC, of course.
All right, we'll take note. And then
sampah, you know, the total amount of organic waste. The total amount of organic waste though, that one the cleaners do not collect those. Organic waste goes directly to ZWC, so they will have the total amount. They might have the total amount for the whole campus. They might also have the amount for each faculties. You know, previously memang ada data. They have data for individual
like
faculties.
Waste. Okay.
Yes, organic waste. You know, food waste lah. Food waste.
Okay. So we can work with food waste as well, or is it just material?
Both.
Both. Okay.
If it's not listed under GBI, then you can go towards innovation.
Oh, okay.
You know, tapi tak apa, it's okay. You can report it under your group, alright? But for later on, next year when we do the proper GBI punya ni, we can always just list it under innovation. You know, because it's not very common lah.
Okay. And then our next proposal is to actually have like a station or an area where
we have this, but it's not being maintained well.
Okay. Then we can maybe promote a better one, then where they can donate materials and other people can use it.
Of course, yeah.
So the one that they have right now, is it like a bin or is it?
Yeah, we have bins, of course. The bins are not functional.
Okay.
And then at the same time, there's the other thing. Our studios, especially architecture studios, again, you know, we produce a lot of paper, cardboard, wood. We use a lot of it every year, and then we throw out a lot of it as well. And then, you know, I think perhaps there should be a kind of management system going on. And the management system doesn't have to, it can include the faculty, of course, but it can also be run by students sebenarnya. So, you know, if there is a student-led kind of initiative whereby you collect all these recyclables, and then, you know, you dismantle them so that, you know, other students can use them, and then have a collection center. Right now, tak ada collection center. They simply just throw away anywhere they want. And then, you know, at the end of the semester, kan, you know, the cleaners will come in and collect everything and throw out. Jadi rugi lah kat situ kan, you know.
Yeah. Okay. And then our last proposal is actually regarding the clean agent, the cleaning supplies. So maybe we can have like a management operation where they train their staffs or cleaners.
Of course.
I'm not sure if this is an okay one, because I'm not sure how the management operation right now.
Basically, kan, you know, the management of faculty have to put into writing to the cleaning contractor. Say to them directly that they have to use organic materials, you know, for cleaning agent and things like that lah, you know. Sekarang ni I think tak ada. They did not stipulate it in the contract.
Okay.
So they just use whatever they have, like, you know, the cheapest ones are usually.
Okay. Okay. That's it for our group.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Dr. Azam, I think we have 2 groups left.
Yang mana?
This one is from group 6, which is...
Oh yeah, I forgot sustainable site. One sustainable site and one more EE kan. Tak apalah, yang EE tu you can present if you want, otherwise we just give you a list.
Okay, so I'll let my group mates to take over the floor.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so the first item will be SM1 GBI rated design and construction. So I studied a drawing there and noticed that they are using precast building system, as in the consistent dimension of the grid line, and also from the BQ there, notice that they are using some formwork, steel formwork, and also conventional timber formwork. Next. Then I also look at the architect Surya website. They did stated that they designed it by arranging the office parallel with the window to reduce the energy consumption. Remote harvesting system and also sun shading, let this be introduced, and also building design to allow ventilation, which we have a triple volume of lift lobby at the ground floor.
Is there a Spanish commentator going on? Ada football match ke? You're breaking off. Peichi, you're breaking off. We can't hear you. Apa? I think perhaps get another one of your friends to butt in, because we can't hear you. Peichi.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got disconnected.
Okay, all right.
So just now I did mention that the architect did design the building following the GBI criteria, but the thing is our building doesn't receive any GBI accreditation.
Never went for the rating,
Yeah, so even though energy audit report also doesn't have at the moment I couldn't find any yet. Yeah, so that's why I propose it to maybe our building can request to go for this assessment.
Yep. And then UID can be done very easily, it will probably cost about 10,000-15,000 ringgit and then done.
Then if let's say next, like if let's say our building is not ready to have this GBI rated assessment, then we have the alternative platform, which is
I think Peichi, you need to switch off the microphone at the other device. There's a lot of echo.
Then there's another alternative platform towards GBI, which is the Construction Industry Standard Green Pass and also MS1525 and also Common Carbon Metric, which is suggested by the SEDA if let's say you think that your building is not ready for GBI rated assessment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Next. That's all for SM1.
Okay.
So for this SM3, actually this SM3 only includes like 1 month, and I'm not sure because I've seen other groups are having some crashing points. Yeah, like the pest control management. I'm seeing that the indoor environment quality group is actually proposing to check the leakage and also provide the pest control over the something like a microorganism kind of thing. So I'm not sure if my part should cover the indoor as well, or actually just focus on the landscape part.
There are 3 things here. Okay, for the pest management, we do have an ongoing pest management thing going on right now. Because there's a lot of rats, there are a lot of cockroaches, so that one has been implemented over the years. So you can find out from the faculty, from the technicians, of course. The erosion control, you need to talk to the architect or perhaps the contractor, because during construction, because the building is sitting on a hill, kan? So when you do construction on a hill like that, definitely you need to have some retention pond. So you need to talk to them, whether or not they did do a retention pond somewhere and how it was done. There's one at the back of the car park, So if that is the only one, then okay lah. Otherwise, I think you need to get verification from the architect ataupun from the contractor, with regard to retention ponds, And then landscape management, I think the faculty in landscape management ni could fall under JPPHB, our central amenities punya office, okay? So you might want to talk to JPPHB about it. They will probably look after the landscape. They are the ones yang potong rumput. They are the ones who look after all the plants, all the trees outside of the building. Within the building, no, outside of the building.
Outside the building. So we are actually for my part, I'm actually doing a report of what we have now, right?
Yeah, what we have now and what and then for your assignment, you can propose what can be done later.
But because like what we can be done is like I saw like others group like innovation and stuff like that, they are already proposing
like for bioswale. Even though yours ada bioswale pun, you can propose, tak ada masalah, no problem.
Because my part is like only 1 point is like
no, it's okay. Sekarang begini tau, because assignment wise, every single group tu stand alone, So if you're trying to propose bioswale as your solution, then another group pun nak propose juga, it's okay, just propose. But how would you do it? Okay. And then later on, the faculty will look at it, and then perhaps they might think seriously lah about that, because it keeps on cropping up in 2 or 3 groups kan.
Oh, but it's if like the pest management, I only focus on the outdoor part on the landscape, but not the like proposing like having a check
Indoor
on the building, right?
Mostly is indoor, but outdoor ni rats lah, because we do have a cafe anyways, so the rats are going somewhere.
Yeah, and then because the pest management part also include, like I see the material team is doing the recycle thing, and then should I like have can I have a proposal on the management of the waste material as well for the pest management, or should it fall under the material group?
Pest management, I think kalau if you catch any of the rats, you just throw them away kan. Yeah, you can propose it though.
Okay. So it's okay for the crushing of points, right?
Yep, no problem.
Okay. I think next slide. So for the erosion control, it's like proposing if there's any innovative ideas as well, but we have to report the current situation of what we have.
But this one is pretty much pertaining to whatever is existing, because the building has already been built. So there's nothing much you can propose here, kan, Jadi you just give it a point, or you don't give it a point.
And on the landscape management part, I want to ask, like for our faculty, actually the coverage of our area is until there, because
we don't have a site boundary. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Having
if
said
the
that,
report...
okay, basically kind of for erosion control is a point of contention, because our building is sitting on a slope, and then whenever it rains, a lot of the storm water will go down towards engineering, and it will go down into the drains and go right down the street, like that. So there's a big problem there. So later on, there's a concern that we might get soil erosion. Sebenarnya ada sedikit. There's a little bit of it at the back end of the the pencawang elektrik.
The banker there?
Again?
The banker there, is it?
No. Pencawang elektrik dekat atas, at the back of the car park.
Oh, I see.
At the back of the car park kan ada pencawang elektrik kan. Beside it, there's a little bit of soil erosion going on. There's a bit of pemendapan dekat situ. Okay. So something is a concern. Jadi mana dia over there, yes, we do have terracing going on. Memang ada point kat situ because we have terracing. Tetapi in order to strengthen the slope, to what would you do?
Oh, I see. So and then on the part C, landscape management plan, I found out that it says that we can identify and log all the existing greeneries around the faculty, like detailing the types, species, and all that. But
correct.
Yeah, the part is I'm not sure how much I need to cover.
Okay.
And then I also might need to consult with Dr. Hasrina about this species thing. And then I'm not sure if I should cover also the top part that we has a landscape on the lecturer's office as well. If I should cover that or not.
Okay. That one is in the building. Yours is site.
Also, I'm like outdoor.
Outdoor. Okay, so what you need to do is to focus on the slopes. Sekarang ni kan, if you Google up online, there are many papers that came out from science faculty, our own science faculty, talking about slope management with vegetation. There's a professor at the science faculty who's really good at it, I can, connect you with her, and then, hopefully she can suggest to you, some types of plants or trees that can be planted to protect slopes. That could be under your points, or it can also be under innovation. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right. I think better under your point.
Okay. And there's a proposal on use of organic fertilizer. Then maybe I need to contact to someone that in charge of the management over the landscape, but I'm not sure who should I contact.
JPPHB, JPPHB.
Okay.
JPPHB. So you need a letter to talk to them.
Okay. Then I can talk to them and know about the maintenance schedules also, because.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. I think
right now our landscape outside the building is very easy because we only have big trees. Kan kita ada pokok yang cantik, the very architectural tree. I forgot the species name. Tak ada apa dah except for that and grass and some apa nama kelapa sawit yang trees kan. That's it.
So maybe I can like propose like a more variety to that.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's all for my part. Next.
Okay.
So the landscape part I should cover until where?
Again?
Like from this floor plan, I'm not sure if the landscape area I should just cover for what I saw in this plan or how.
Yang ini one level, there's another level kat atas sikit tingkat 2, okay? So on the ground level, this is what you see lah kan? At the front.
So I just cover this area.
Our area is this, this is our area ni.
Okay, and also the car park, the lecturer's car park there.
And then at the back, okay, at level 2. Level 2 besar.
Okay.
Okay,
So just these two parts.
The southern slope and the northern slope.
Oh, okay. So only this part is covered lah.
Yeah, hypothetically lah, because there's no boundary.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused if I do a bit too extensive that it doesn't fall under our.
Let's just use the road as a boundary lah, the road. The road on the southern side, and then on the northern side, because there's a really big slope. So take the whole slope until you get down to the bottom.
Oh, okay. Okay, the next presenter.
So about this green vehicle priority, actually notice that we doesn't have this kind of in our faculty. So next. So in order to get points for this, we have to like provide parkings lah. So actually I propose in this area, so which is behind at the back there instead of having it in front lah. So it mainly for the users inside the building. Next.
Basically kan, throughout the whole campus, you can only find that dekat depan HEP saja. Itu pun 2 ke 3 lot saja.
Yeah. Yeah. And then for this parking capacity, right? Because the main objective is like reduce pollution, something like that, and then encourage the use of public transport like UM bus. Correct. And then like what we did before is the UM bus will drop us at KK2, and then we have to walk up the slope, right? And then actually I was thinking, should we actually propose something, because I thought it actually falls under innovation part.
Because, no. You can propose under yours. Sebenarnya begini, for the car park kan, car park tu you just calculate the amount of car park at the front and the back of the building, and then whether or not it tallies with the requirement of the authorities. Okay, the authorities stipulate certain requirements, right? So see whether or not it complies. Kalau dia under is okay, kalau dia over then we have a problem. Because remember architect marketing said that if you provide more, you're not going to get a point at all. If you provide less, it's okay, you can get the point. And then at the same time, you will probably have to propose to counter to improve connectivity. So meaning to say, in our case, you can have bicycle rank, you can have the motorized bicycle rank. Kan kita ada motorized bicycles kan around our campus. Students are really a lot of students are using it.
Yeah, the e-bike.
The e-bike, yeah. So perhaps extend that to our faculty. We have our own rank. And then perhaps we do have showers in our faculty, so we don't have to worry about cycling to the faculty and mandi kan, but we don't have a proper bicycle rank. We have a motorcycle bank, but even the motorcycle bank is just too big. Not many motorcycles in there kan. People just need to park anywhere they want. So some flaws like kat situ kan. Need to look into how to consolidate all of them together lah kot.
Okay.
Sebab ramai orang berjalan. There's a lot of people walking down the street and going to LRT and also to college, to the first college, okay? But it's really far. I've done that many times. It's a bit tiring. Going downhill is okay. Coming back up the hill is difficult.
Yeah, because actually we tried it before lah. That's why we actually noticed that this path actually quite a lot of people or students walking around. So I was thinking if I can produce something like this lah, so at least it has some interaction and also beneficial to our environment. So it's actually energy generated steps, something like that lah. It's a device so that energy is generated through steps, but I'm not sure if the range is too big, like from KK1 and then you have to walk out until our...
For UM bus is concerned, yes, you get dropped off kat sini or even here kan. But sebenarnya ada alternative. Engineering kan, this is the engineering tower, okay. Di belakang ni, there's a apa nama motorcycle lane, you know, that goes down to apa nama this road, right?
Oh,
I've used that many times when I was a student. So problem ni sekarang ni is only connected down this way, susah. So what if we have a connection direct? Okay, or perhaps go down towards Medicine. Medicine pun ada direct connection to the street outside the campus. So dekat lah sikit dengan bus stop dekat luar, you know.
Okay. Okay.
So it's
I'll
actually
consider
closer. Cuma penat sikit turun bukit, okay, but coming back up is a bit difficult because it's really high.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, right. So next slide. Next slide is actually about the parking capacity lah. So it's like preferred parking for those who come in with carpools. So actually, I propose the parking areas for this in depan lah, at near the entrance of a building. So it's like more convenient. They can access. Yeah, I think that's all for my part.
All right.
Okay. For the greenery and roof, we started from the pavement. So almost 70% of the hardscape is covered by the premix or asphalt road.
Right.
Which has the very low albedo and SRI value. Next. And then I did a table on all the materials and the SRI value on our faculty. And then in the GBI, there's a requirement of the minimum SRI value, which is 29. So if we use the premix or asphalt pavement, that means we cannot reach.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, okay, next.
We need to use this, a lot more grasscrete.
Yeah, and then this is our proposed strategy. So we propose the permeable, or also known as the open grid pavement system, which is actually the concrete blocks.
Throughout, yes.
Yeah. And next. And then the other strategy is to cover some of the car park, because like the visitor car park in front of our faculty actually is not roofed. So I think using the photovoltaic canopies can actually also benefit because like previously in the SM4 also we suggested to have the green vehicle parking for the EV. So I think this can gel very well with the proposal also. Yeah,
I think something more feasible is to use this one, because there's already a roof there.
Oh yeah.
There's already a roof there covering the whole motorcycle car park. Cumanya that roof too might be, I think it's jenis yang bulat, you know, the curved roof. So you might need to change that, you know. Otherwise you won't be able to fit the PV panel on it very easily. But at least it's facing south. Problem dia, cuma you do have a lot of palm oil trees here, you know, and they're quite tall, so you do get some shading.
Oh, maybe just change to the cooling roof on the.
One alternative is just to build a new roof over this.
Oh.
Easier to construct, you know, because it's all flat land.
Yeah.
Tapi tak apa, you have a look at the ni and then propose it. I think it's a nice thing to have, okay?
Alright.
Yang dekat depan faculty ni not really visible lah, you know. I think keep it open lah. Bukan apa, because later on kalau let's say the fire brigade comes along, and then you do have obstructions, kacau lah gitu, okay?
Oh. Okay. Next.
Yeah, we have vegetated roof already, you know. Cuma kena buat dia extended sikit. The vegetated roof though has to be more extensive. Can't hear you, Brian.
Wai-Ming?
Okay, sorry. There are two strategies. One is to install cool roof or vegetated roof, and the other one is double roof mentioned by Michael Ching that day.
Sudah ada tau, you know. So we get the point already for both. Because, you know, for the vegetated roof, it's already available on level 9. And then the double roof is already available above level 10. Can you see the roof over there, the metal roof? That one is the double roof. Bawah tu you have some water tanks, whatever, but it's considered as a double roof.
Oh, okay. I will update
those roofs.
Okay. So for cool roof, we have the zinc roof above. So aluminium zinc roof is fulfill the requirement of the GPI of SRI value.
Yep.
And then this one vegetated roof, I will put inside the.
I think what you can do, we can get a point already. Tetapi for proposal, you can propose to extend it a bit more.
Oh, okay.
Right now, it's only covering half of the roof, so the other half too.
For the vegetated roof lah.
Correct. Yes, it's sitting on level 9.
Okay. Okay. This one is another proposal, like impose modular green roof on the slanted roof. Yeah.
Nice
like
system.
Putting this green roof tray on it, so it is easy to install.
Correct. Yeah. We don't have any worry about leakages.
And then the extra water, they can go through the slope and go to the rainwater dump pad.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is
that's the double roof right now. Yeah.
Yeah, this one double roof. I think I got a bit misunderstanding. I thought
so
this
we
one
don't
is
need anymore because you know why? Because under that metal roof we have tanks, and then under the tanks we already have a reinforced concrete roof.
Okay.
So we don't have to install another layer of roofing above it. This could happen dekat auditorium if you want to. Dekat auditorium tak ada.
Okay, double roof. Okay. And then this one is the last part, is the building user manual. We got to provide a building user manual. And then this one, I got it online. TOC of the building user manual, what we should include in the building user manual.
Of course, propose what to have in a building in a user manual. And then, you can put some points in there if you want to, This one is so important, even though it's only just 1 point, but it's a really, really important document.
Okay. This one, that's all from my part. Heather, do you want to ask something?
Yeah, because I'm doing the building exterior, so I need to identify which kind of the maintenance equipment. So I'm proposing using the socket and David arm system, which can be lifting the people up and down to clean the window. Is it okay to use that?
What you need to do is you have to talk to our technicians first, because most of the building from level 3 to level 8, they can walk on the ledges. The ledges are really wide, so they can walk on the ledges and clean. Cuma level 9 and 10 sahaja, they might have to do some abseiling. You get me? You can talk to them, and then they will tell you exactly what has been done before. I think the most difficult part of the building to maintain sebenarnya is sitting on level 9 and 10. Level 9 and 10, there are two really large glass walls, okay? One is facing south, another one facing north. Those two walls are like super difficult to maintain. So I don't know. I've not seen it being cleaned yet, and it's already it has been fitted for the last 5 years, or a bit more than that.
Okay. So need to talk to the technician.
Of course. If they don't have any solution, then you can propose something,
Okay. All right.
Basically, you can to fit those two glass walls. They had to use a really large crane. A crane that can go up to 10, 15 stories, really big crane. Super difficult to do. Plus, the high winds as well, and the winds are really strong. So it was really dangerous when they were doing that. So the cost for that particular work was really expensive. Previously, there were no glass walls. Tak ada glass walls itu. Dulu basah. It gets really wet on the 9th and 10th floor. But after they installed those two glass walls, now it's so much better. It still gets wet, tapi not so bad. But maintaining those two glass walls are really difficult.
Okay. So, but I still can proposing have some external equipment to.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Letak
All right.
gondola lah, you know. It's better just to put gondola.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Any more? Tak ada. Tak apalah, di EE group yang lagi satu tu, you can say something if you want to.
Actually, we have almost the same few in a way, few proposal. Yeah, sorry, I shared. So basically, we just analyze which EE we have to focus on. So we focus on EE1, EE2, EE4 for renewable, and EE8 for the monitoring improvement. But we are not so sure about the monitoring improvement EE8 and the EE9. Is it applicable for the assessment, or is it we have to?
Okay, you just assess the existing building. If the existing building does have those two things, then you give a point. If it doesn't have any, then tak apa, no point there. So you can suggest something if you want to improve it.
Yeah. So this is our I'll just go through. We propose some of the assessment. It's quite a lot. We haven't narrowed. We will narrow it down later. We divided into low cost, medium cost, and high cost. So So we focus on the medium cost first. Centralized lighting system, like switch to LED, improve air tightness, and also having some like a smart building to turn the building into a smart building, like to regulate the lighting system and also the HVAC, and last but not least, the rainwater harvesting. So another, this one is a high cost. We insist on using the solar panel, low E-glass, additional facade, and installation of wind turbine. But we're not so sure about whether now the window in the faculty is low E-glass or normal glass.
It's not.
Okay.
Just normal glass with the green tint.
Yeah, and we stated that the wind turbine, is it feasible? Because as far as you know,
so I think what you need to do is to record the wind speed for some days, okay.
Yeah.
Tak apa. I've got some data for that because my weather station is being out there. It's been sitting out there for nearly more than a year now, nearly a year now. So it's been recording data. So I can tell you whether or not it's windy or not windy lah. Even though we did not mount it at the top of the building, but we mounted a bit lower. Cuma there's still a good amount of wind going on right now. I'll find out for my student.
Okay. So these are all the proposals that bring out by the teammates. One of them is proposing the floor tapping energy. So using the kinetic floor tile, specifically installed on what she suggested on the cafe, the third floor, the pathway to the cafe, which had high traffic. And we also suggested that to be installed on the entrance in and out of the parking. So when the car drives it through, it can generate the energy. Another one is a green energy gym. I'm not so sure whether this is considered energy efficient or not, but using solar energy to generate to charge the gym facilities. So another one is a PV integrated with sun shading device.
This one could be usable for the southern facade.
Yeah, because we after we checking, we really discovered that the sun shading device is quite not so effective on the.
It's not effective at all.
Yeah. And the next one is we found out that there's one type of daylight redirecting method, which you just install a film and you just reflect the light on the top part of the window. So if you avoid the glare first, and secondly, it can reduce because people can just cover up or make the lower part of the window is with closing up with the louvers, but the upper part can be a place to redirect the sunlight into a deeper part of the office, so you can no need to turn on the lighting in the inner part of the office.
Interesting. I think that this one is worth a look at.
Yeah, and it's quite easy to install. You just need to clean the glass and apply the screening, apply the film, just paste to it. So it might be quite low cost for the installation.
Cool.
This one is a bifocal mirror lures. The benefits is firstly, you don't need to adjust the angle. If you automatically cater for, as you see on the right corner, right top part, on the afternoon sunlight, if you're just blocking most of the afternoon sunlight. However, on the morning, it will reflect most of the morning sunlight. So it means that it will regulate itself. And secondly is that it doesn't obstruct the view from inside out. You can see most of the view. So that's all. Yeah. Oh, this one is repeated. And the last one is the hybrid ventilation system to reduce energy saving. And means like we install a mechanical which attached to the window on the top part. And using the natural ventilation and also combine with the mechanical to save costs on the cooling system.
Very good. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
System.
So that's all from our group.
All right. Good. Okay. Just a general comment for everybody, right? Before you move on and complete your work. The university is a university, kind of, okay, it's a place of teaching and learning, right? So I think what would be really, really nice if your proposals, the stuff that you want to propose to improve the building further, can be more sustainable. Meaning to say, you have to include the stakeholders into the whole mix. Meaning to say, it's not just a proposal just to put in something. Okay, you think about how it can be used for a long time, okay, and how it can be maintained and looked after. And then, bring in the stakeholders. I mean, you say, don't just bring in technicians or bring in contractors, to look after the place or to maintain it. But also bring in the lecturers, bring in the students, especially, and think about how all these items that you're proposing can be a tool for teaching and learning, okay? Because, it's a really good opportunity to learn new things about, preserving the environment, or perhaps repairing the environment, okay, through biofuels and things like that, or perhaps looking into energy efficiency, so a lot more knowledge can be given to the students by showing them how to do certain things, like energy efficiency, how can you do it, like daylighting, how to increase the efficiency, okay. So if things can be shown to the students, then it'll be more meaningful for a teaching and learning institution such as UM. If we're just an office, we'll just implement it, no problem. But now, because we are a teaching and learning institution, I think it's best if you can also say within your report that this particular item can be used for teaching and learning, and for what, and what can the students learn from it. It'll be a wonderful thing. Okay, so to me, that will be the best thing that can happen, right? Jadi, I think thank you very much, okay, for sharing all of your progress today. Go on and do some more and get everything done. For next week, it's just a matter of giving some sketches, okay. But later on, you'll do the reports and get them done. So along the way, too, I'll try to arrange with Michael Ching to do a crate, okay. But otherwise, I did mention to a few of you, go and seek Dr. Nazli, Dr. Nohayati, Dr. Suzaini, and then a couple other people, go and see them and ask them about few things, okay? So get the letters done, and then for access to the faculty, we'll do a block kind of thing. Perhaps because the problem is, it's not me asking from the faculty. Students have to ask from the faculty. You have to fill up a form. Jadi please find out from the faculty office how can you get access to the building. Ada form dia. Alright, so every single one of you have to fill up, ataupun you just fill up for all, mungkin bagi an attachment, and then send it to the faculty office, and the dean hopefully will give you access, and then you can come back to the faculty and work. Okay, so that one I think rather urgent. You know, if you can do that by Monday, it'll be great lah. Okay, alright. Anything else to ask before we adjourn?
Doctor, I have a question.
Yep.
Yeah, for the submission on the next Friday, the sketches and diagram, do we need to include the calculation and all that?
Not yet, not yet. This is just all concepts, ideas and concepts dahulu, okay? It's not about the assessment, it's more about the concepts of what you want to do later on.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right. Can be sketches, hand-drawn, you know, scan. It can also be computerized, up to you. Tapi, you know, I do prefer hand-drawn lah, you know.
Doctor, about the OTTV, RTTV, and also all the DEI and also the NLA, this calculation and also the ROI, all this we have to do by our own team, or
yeah, your own part.
So each team, like 7-8 team, have 7-8 type of OTTV calculation.
Of course.
Okay.
Bukan apa tau, you know, dia sebenarnya gini, for the assignment punya exercise, it's more of your own group. Tapi I do agree that, you know, for the whole faculty, sepatutnya ada satu saja. But this can only be done when we consolidate all of the reports together into one. So, you know, we get to see, let's say ada 3 bioswale proposals. Out of the 3 itu, which one is the better one? You know, better one to say this the design in terms of ROI as well. And then we pick that one out, and then put aside the other 2. And then, you know, for instance, other things as well, we do the same. So, I'll get back to you. And then later on we'll do the ROI lah, you know, for the whole building. But perhaps right now you just do your own part lah. Okay.
Can we share the existing OTTV and be done the calculation later? So means that we have to do ourselves instead.
Yeah, you do it for your own group lah, you know. Sorry.
Okay. So Dr. Azam.
Yeah.
For the concept part, do we need to have the OTTV calculation too?
No.
Only the diagram.
That one is in the report.
All right. Sure.
All the calculations are in the report. Okay. What I'm looking for from your diagrams are ideas and concepts. You know, how to improve the building.
All right. Noted.
But pertaining to your own areas. Okay. So kalau sustainable site lah. So you don't go and talk about energy.
Doctor, for Group 4 Innovation, how many proposals do you think is sufficient, or is there a limit?
Up to you. I know it's limitless kan, you know, for an innovation group.
Yes.
Innovation group definitely limitless, I know. So you can propose the best ones lah, and the most perhaps the most achievable. So janganlah pula nanti you letak something which is not achievable, too expensive, too difficult to implement, ataupun, you know, a technology which is not available in Malaysia as well. So yeah, something feasible lah, right?
All right, thank you.
I think the hint is the number of sketches that you need to do, kan, you know.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Lagi?
I want to ask, right? Because my part is doing the GBI and construction. So, I have to sketch any.
No. Gini. Peci, for the whole group, your group, kan? There are a number of smaller indicators, right?
Yeah.
And then some of the indicators too might have certain propositions, you know. So concentrate on those for the diagrams.
I see. So
macam yours is belongs in the report.
I understand. So meaning to say, each of us will be submitting the same thing.
No. Group.
The whole
It's a group thing. Yeah, one group only a few sketches je.
Oh, so seorang je submit ke leader yang submit?
Yeah, just one person submitting for the whole group lah.
I see.
You know, we have 8 groups, right? So I'm just looking for 8 sets of proposals, 8 sets of diagrams. Bukannya seorang satu, you know, not every single one of you.
Alright, noted.
And then, you know, you just look at your group lah. You know, some of the items do not have things that you can sketch out, kan? You know, things which are, let's say, calculation ataupun report based. That one, you just put it in the report lah later on. But, you know, for the sketches, you sketch ideas and architectural ideas ataupun systems, you know, that you can put in to the building, you know, to make it better, right?
Okay.
Okay. Lagi? Okay, I think that's the end of it. Thank you very much. It's been a really fruitful session. I'm happy to see your excitement. Okay, so go ahead and get it done, and hopefully, Parma, you will gain a lot of knowledge out of this. Okay, so good luck. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll see you next week. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Dr.
Thank you.
Sam.